When 5th Prince Ji Ruyuan entered the palace, he greets the Emperor Ji Xinghe. Emperor called Ji Ruyuan imperial uncle, and told him that he don't have to be courteous. He asked Ji Ruyuan to quickly take a look among his children, which of them have potential. All the emperor's children were looking at Ji Ruyuan with hopes in their eyes, because they heard the imperial uncle can see through a person's aura. If they can give him a good impression, they will be able to be successful. Ji Ruyuan looks at the sword which emperor used to kill Ji Chang, which was also there. Then he looks at emperor's children who want him to look at them so they can get approval from their father, Ji Xinghe. But none of them were special. Ji Ruyuan thought that this is good. He can just tell the truth. Ji Ruyuan told emperor that all princes and princesses have potential, but if they want to display remarkable aura, they still need to be cultivated. Emperor asked Ji Ruyuan that he understand what Ji Ruyuan mean, but is he certain that none of his children are noteworthy? Ji Xinghe released his powerful aura and said to Ji Ruyuan that he don't have to feel burdened. Ji Ruyuan told emperor that he is ashamed, but everything he said is true. Emperor looks at him with a serious face. Then he laughed and thanked Ji Ruyuan for his hard work. He told his children that they are dismissed for today. But suddenly he noticed that one of the prince, Hung Yi, is not there. Emperor asked Unikai, what's happening? When Ji Ruyuan heard the name Hung Yi, he thought, is it the second prince who is messing? Unikai told emperor that second prince, Hung Yi, has diarrhea. He will be arriving later. Other prince and princess started talking that Hung Yi as expected of him. If it's him, it will make no difference whether one check on him or not. There's no need to waste time on him. Emperor told Unikai to summon the imperial physician and Hung Yi here, and let the imperial physician take a look at him. Suddenly a voice comes that I'm here. It was second prince, Hung Yi. He arrived. But when he take a step he tangled his leg and fall on the ground in front of Ji Ruyuan. Hung Yi stand up and said sorry, Ji Ruyuan. Because he accidentally fall in front of Ji Ruyuan, Ji Ruyuan offers his hand to Hung Yi to get up. All the other prince and princess started laughing at Hung Yi. Hung Yi was embarrassed. But at that time Ji Ruyuan noticed a small golden dragon in Hung Yi. Ji Ruyuan bit his lips when he saw it, while helping Hung Yi get up. Ji Ruyuan said to emperor that His Majesty doesn't have to summon the imperial physician. He can take a look at Hung Yi. Hung Yi grabbed Ji Ruyuan's hand and thanked his imperial uncle. Hung Yi was too scared. Ji Ruyuan slowly said in Hung Yi's ears that if he want to survive, he better leave the capital as soon as possible. Hung Yi was surprised to hear that. Emperor asked Ji Ruyuan, how is Hung Yi? Ji Ruyuan told emperor that second prince has a good heart and is harmless. Hung Yi was too embarrassed because other prince and princess were laughing at him saying that useless garbage will be harmless. Outside that room, Chun Yongzi and Mujin was standing. They hear emperor dismisses all of his children and telling his imperial uncle, Ji Ruyuan, to stay back. He want to introduce two people to him. Mujin started walking towards that room. Chun Yongzi asked her that he have previously revealed his identity. Will the emperor's summon be unfavorable to them? Mujin told Chun Yongzi to don't worry, because according to what Chun Yongzi said, Chun Yongzi forced a Zhao clan expert to reveal himself. She is sure the emperor is going to be grateful to him. Emperor asked both immortals to come in. Mujin told Chun Yongzi to let's go, she will handle it. The other side, people were fighting over food. A servant was looking at them thinking that this is just the first dish, and this pair of father and son is already fighting over it. The one who were fighting are Duke Zhao and Zhao Jinyu. They were fighting about who will eat the food. They even fist fight for it, but both of them were acting. Duke Zhao said to Zhao Jinyu that they've already gone so far, yet there's no reaction. They want the reaction from Bai Chuan, but his was unshakable. Zhao Jinyu in a slow voice told Duke to stop the act. Then he normal said to Duke that he'll give it to him. Duke threw his chopstick and shouted that he don't want it anymore. Duke in slow voice asked Zhao Jinyu, that is it really all right? The person who recognized Zhao Jinyu's northern wasteland sword is right across him. Why is there no reaction from him at all? It's making Duke restless. Zhao Jinyu told Duke to stop panicking. He thought that the people here are primarily rulers of vassal states and high officials. But there are no traces of ambush in the hall. There's also no reaction from Bai Chuan. That was really weird. But suddenly Zhao Jinyu noticed something. He saw that Bai Chuan is using drifting consciousness. But why and where's the fifth prince? Zhao Jinyu thought. Is Bai Chuan's consciousness protecting the fifth prince? But for what reason is the fifth prince in danger? Zhao Jinyu smiles thinking this imperial palace doesn't look so harmonious. On the other hand, when both Mujin and Chun Yongzi entered the palace, Emperor introduced them to Ji Ruyuan as immortal from the Taiyi sect. Ji Ruyuan was surprised to see them. Ji Ruyuan was sweating a lot because back then he was still wondering, what if the calamity's aura is faint and he can't find it? But when he looks at Mujin, he thinking it's a useless worry. Cause right now Ji Ruyuan can feel the calamity's aura all around him. Ji Ruyuan thought that this person will bring calamity to the people if she's not killed. Ji Ruyuan pointed his finger at Mujin and begged the emperor to kill this person immediately. Ji Ruyuan told emperor that this person's aura is the Mars calamity. If they let her live, she will bring chaos to the world one day. Emperor looks at Mujin thinking, is she really Mars calamity? Mujin didn't get angry and said that today His Majesty hosted a banquet in the palace. And yet, the prince is already drunk before the banquet even begins. Ji Ruyuan grabbed the emperor's sword, and while unleashing the sword he said, "Prepare to die, you evil." Chun Yongzi get angry to hear that. He raised his sword and released his spiritual energy towards Ji Ruyuan. Ji Ruyuan could not even unleash his sword because of the pressure from Chun Yongzi's power. Ji Ruyuan don't know what's happening. Why can't he move? Ji Ruyuan called Bai Chuan. Bai Chuan disappeared in white fog. That white fog appeared behind Ji Ruyuan. Ji Ruyuan was reveled to see it. He called Bai Chuan and told him to kill Mujin. Bai Chuan appeared behind Ji Ruyuan and said he will do it. Chun Yongzi was surprised to see the fifth Juguo, Bai Chuan. Ji Ruyuan told Bai Chuan that the aura of the person beside her is flourishing. His cultivation is most likely in the light immortal realm. He told Bai Chuan to be careful. Bai Chuan, while laughing, said he got it. Bai Chuan summons the spiritual blades in his hand and started attacking Chun Yongzi. Eunuch Hai was blocking Bai Chuan's spiritual blades from reaching Emperor Ji Xinghe. Eunuch Hai was surprised that Bai Chuan really attacked. Chun Yongzi make a barrier to defend himself and Mujin from Bai Chuan's attack. Bai Chuan told Chun Yongzi that there's a blind spot in his barrier. When Chun Yongzi looks behind himself, there was a Bai Chuan's spiritual blade. It hit Chun Yongzi in heart, but Chun Yongzi's body turns into white fog. Bai Chuan was surprised to see it. Chun Yongzi appeared behind Bai Chuan and said that he know about Bai Chuan. This is not the dwelling star mountain, and Bai Chuan's skill is not as good as rumored. He attacked Bai Chuan with his lightning spear. Bai Chuan immediately turned around and covered his hand with spiritual energy and shouted that his power is enough to deal with Chun Yongzi. When Chun Yongzi's lightning spear and Bai Chuan's spiritual blade collide with each other, there was a huge blast of spiritual energy. It felt like earthquake to the people of palace. When Duke Zhao felt the spiritual energy, he said that the experts are fighting against each other in the palace. Zhao Jinyu said to Duke that one of them must be Bai Chuan. Zhao Jinyu smiles and said, "It's going to be fun if it's a fight between two Juguo." Chun Yongzi comes out of the fog. His clothes were torn. Bai Chuan was with Ji Ruyuan. Ji Ruyuan asked him if he is okay. Bai Chuan said he is fine. Eunuch Hai, who was protecting the emperor, told emperor that both of the light immortals are holding back because of the people in the palace, but he still won't be able to hold for long. Eunuch Hai asked emperor to make his decision as soon as possible. Emperor thought that it wasn't easy for him to find such a good pawn. Should he give up just because of what imperial uncle said? But he knows that the imperial uncle would never lie about such things. Suddenly Mujin called Empress and said she wondered if His Majesty has ever heard about Heavenly Marshal. Ji Xingyi asked her if she mean that Heavenly Marshal. Mujin said that's right. She told Emperor that Heavenly Marshal relic is in the hidden immortal summit. She said to Emperor that if you want to learn more about it, how about they talk privately. When Emperor heard that, he called Eunuch Hai and asked him to stop Bai Chuan's and Chun Yongzi's fight. On the other hand, Zhao Jinyu started acting like a drunken and shouting at servant asking why isn't the food here yet? Are they trying to starve him to death? Duke Zhao asked servants to bring more liquor for him. A servant looks at them and thought, is that pair of father and son treating the imperial palace as a restaurant? Duke Zhao in slowly voice said to Zhao Jinyu that this should be enough to get away by pretending to be drunk before the banquet begins. Zhao Jinyu laughs and said, okay, just like how they usually do. Zhao Jinyu told Duke that it's Duke's turn to cause a scene this time. Duke smiled and said to Zhao Jinyu that it should be Zhao Jinyu's turn. When both of them can't get to agreement, they started fighting for it with each other. Servants were very troubled, thinking, can he just find someone to bring those two back? Suddenly another servant comes. Told other something. Then the other servant called Zhao Jinyu and told him that His Majesty sent Zhao Jinyu a message asking him to meet with Imperial Consort Huang, because Imperial Consort Huang wanted to give the princess some jewels as dowry. Zhao Jinyu was surprised when he hears that Empress is asking him to go and meet Huang Yurong. Zhao Jinyu asked that servant, why would she come looking for him to give the princess her dowry? Servant told Zhao Jinyu that he also have no idea about that. Zhao Jinyu thought that there must be some kind of scheme in here. He can't really defy the order either. But Huang Yurong is his pawn. Is that idiot emperor trying to use Zhao Jinyu's pawn to deal with him? Then it's very interesting. While leaving, Zhao Jinyu told Duke that he'll be right back. When Zhao Jinyu was going to Imperial Consort Huang's room, he noticed someone there. It was second Prince Heng Yi. Zhao Jinyu play with Heng Yi when they were younger. Zhao Jinyu thought, isn't that the new emperor crowned by the vassals after Muluo Shui was dethroned? He started going towards Heng Yi. On the other hand, Hung Yi was worried, thinking what should he do now. Back that year, his imperial brother never returned from the Hall of Heart Cultivation after going in. He don't know what happened that year, but he can't stay in this palace anymore. While Hung Yi was lost in his thoughts, Zhao Jinyu suddenly appeared in front of him. Hung Yi was too surprised by it. But when Hung Yi saw Zhao Jinyu, his face turned yellow. While hesitating, Hung Yi called Zhao Jinyu brother. Saying long time no see, Hung Yi started running away from Zhao Jinyu. Hung Yi thought that he is damn unlucky. Why must he come across this evil demon king now? Zhao Jinyu also started chasing after Hung Yi, asking him that, is this the reaction Hung Yi is supposed to have when seeing his childhood friend while running? Hung Yi told Zhao Jinyu that he just suddenly remembered something important. Zhao Jinyu called Hung Yi brat, telling him stop right there. Hung Yi said, there's no way he will stop, because he knows that Zhao Jinyu is going to pick on him again. Zhao Jinyu said, he promised not to pick on Hung Yi too hard. Hung Yi, while crying, shouted no to Zhao Jinyu. Zhao Jinyu bring out his bell, and called Blue Sparrow to block Hung Yi. Blue Sparrow appeared, and then goes in front of Hung Yi. She turned into her human form and shouted, the greatest warrior under the high priest is here. Hung Yi was surprised to see her. He told Blue Sparrow to please step aside, and both of them hit each other. Hung Yi was surprised, thinking where did that little girl come from? Zhao Jinyu put his hand on Hung Yi's shoulder and asked him, why don't he continue to run? Hung Yi was too scared to see Zhao Jinyu. Blue Sparrow also flew away and was unconscious on a tree. Hung Yi asked Zhao Jinyu to wait a minute. He said he just now seemed to have slammed into a little girl. Zhao Jinyu asked him, what little girl is he still half asleep? Zhao Jinyu angrily grabbed Hung Yi's clothes and asked him to tell Zhao Jinyu the truth. Did he run away when he saw Zhao Jinyu because he did something against Zhao Jinyu? Hung Yi said he didn't do anything. Zhao Jinyu asked him, then why did he run? Hung Yi thought about what his uncle Ji Ruyuan told him. But he could not tell that to Zhao Jinyu. He said it's nothing. Zhao Jinyu thought that this brat is definitely hiding something, but he have to go meet with Huang Yurong now. Zhao Jinyu got an idea when he see Blue Sparrow previously. When Zhao Jinyu wanted to go out but had to pretend he was in the house, he will make Blue Sparrow use the unmanifest poisonous insect to change into himself. Zhao Jinyu touched Blue Sparrow and in slow voice told her to wake up and use her unmanifest poisonous insect. Zhao Jinyu pointed Hung Yi's back with a shocked face. When Hung Yi looks at to see what is behind him, at that moment Blue Sparrow turns into Zhao Jinyu. Zhao Jinyu told Blue Sparrow to help him keep an eye on Hung Yi for a moment. He'll be right back. Zhao Jinyu goes from there. Hung Yi said there's nothing. When Hung Yi asked him what was there, Blue Sparrow, who is now Zhao Jinyu, asked him while smiling, if have you eaten? Hung Yi was too scared, thinking what is Zhao Jinyu is plotting this time. Original Zhao Jinyu returned to that servant who was escorting him to Imperial Consort Huang's room. When Zhao Jinyu get there, there's no killing intention or sign of ambush. So he thought it should be fine. When Zhao Jinyu entered Imperial Consort Huang's room, there was some kind of smoke there. When Zhao Jinyu inhaled that smoke, Zhao Jinyu got hypnotized. Imperial Consort Huang was there. She called Zhao Jinyu darling. On the other hand, Muluo Shui was treating Minister Huang's son's madness. When Muluo Shui injected her spiritual energy into his head, a poisonous insect comes out of his nose. Muluo Shui killed that insect. Muluo Shui told Minister Huang that the poisonous insect inside his body has been removed. And as for his daughter's natal poisonous insect, they'll deal with it after coming back from the Hidden Immortal Summit. Minister Huang thanked Muluo Shui for her rescue. Minister Huang was surprised to see that Muluo Shui can truly remove the poisonous insect. He thought that if it's like that, then the previously stated conditions are most likely not something she blurted out without thinking. Minister Huang said to Muluo Shui that the third princess is smart, talented, and skillful. It's such a waste for her to marry Zhao Jinyu, but she don't have to worry about it now. Muluo Shui asked him what do we mean. Minister Huang told Muluo Shui that the emperor hopes to get rid of Zhao Jinyu as soon as possible. So Minister Huang proposed a plan to charge him with a crime. He think there will be a result by today. Muluo Shui asked him what method is he going to employ. He won't be able to deal with Zhao Jinyu by charging him with an ordinary crime. Minister Huang asked her that. Don't you think the crime of committing adultery with an imperial consort is enough? Muluo Shui was very angry, but she controlled herself. She said to Minister Huang that he even sacrificed Huang Yurong. Minister Huang smiles and said, everything is for the emperor. He also have no other choice. Muluo Shui asked him if she should say as expected of Minister Huang. Minister Huang said, you flatter me. When Muluo Shui comes out of Huang's residence, Minister Huang asked her that he'll send her out. Muluo Shui told him that the matter has been dealt with. She told him, don't forget what he promised her, and there's no need, see her out. When Muluo Shui was walking, she was thinking that, according to the time, her idiot husband should already be with Huang Yurong by now. Muluo Shui started running in hurry. Muluo Shui was praying to God to don't let anything happen to Zhao Jinyu. Minister Huang looks at Muluo Shui running through window and smiles at her. In the Imperial Consort Huang's room, she goes near Zhao Jinyu and told him why don't they rest early. Suddenly Zhao Jinyu's true vital circulation works. Spiritual energy started running in Zhao Jinyu's body through his heart. Zhao Jinyu regained his consciousness again. He was surprised to see the effect of such a domineering drug. He pushed Imperial Consort Huang away, saying he is married. He put spiritual energy in his hand and put it on her head. She asked him how did he regain, but she fell asleep right away there. Zhao Jinyu cursed the emperor, saying, "That idiot emperor, he even dared to use such a venomous scheme." Suddenly a loud voice comes telling soldiers to obey the order and surround the scene. Zhao Jinyu realized that the support services has arrived. Soldier commander told other to don't even let a fly pass through. A maid was there. She, while crying, said that the imperial consort is in danger. Please go in there quickly. All the soldiers went inside thinking that some scum went in, and they'll capture that perverted scum. That maid remain outside. When everyone goes inside, that maid stopped crying and turned back to his original form. She was Zhao Jinyu. He thanked God that he have the unmanifested poisonous insect with him. Zhao Jinyu was worried, thinking what should he do now? But then he remembered that didn't he leave an alibi earlier? On the other hand, Blue Sparrow was talking with Hung Yi, but she is not good with people. She was hopping. Zhao Jinyu will come back quickly because she can't hold on anymore. Suddenly she heard a voice in her head. It was Zhao Jinyu. He told her that he is back, and told her to think up an excuse to get away, then they'll switch back. Blue Sparrow told Hung Yi that he need to go to the toilet. He will leave first. Hung Yi was thinking, why did he come here for? Hung Yi finally relaxed, thinking this jinx is finally gone. Suddenly real Zhao Jinyu put his hand on Hung Yi's shoulder, asking him who is he calling a jinx. Hung Yi was too shocked to hear that. Hung Yi was about to cry. He asked Zhao Jinyu, didn't he go to the toilet? Zhao Jinyu said, can he be fast? Zhao Jinyu put his hand on Hung Yi's shoulder and told him that to celebrate their reunion, they should play together since it's been a while. Zhao Jinyu smiled like a devil. Hung Yi was too scared to see him. Zhao Jinyu started dragging Hung Yi with him, thinking that he now have an alibi, but it needs to be fortified. He must give other people the impression that he've been together with Hung Yi all this time. Zhao Jinyu first throwing stone at fish. Servant comes running to stop him. Then he started flirting around with maids. Zhao Jinyu was running around all the palace with Hung Yi. Zhao Jinyu and Hung Yi finally stop at one place. Many soldiers comes running towards them, telling them to stop right there. Hung Yi was thinking that he didn't do anything wrong. Please don't involve him in it. Zhao Jinyu suddenly grabbed Hung Yi's clothes again and started dragging him. He told Hung Yi, don't rush. There's still a lot more fun to do. Hung Yi started crying, asking him to spare him. Soldiers were chasing after them.